GPT is a new super intelligent AI that can literally code for you. I'm gonna ask the AI to make a script that kicks the player from the game whenever he says kick me in chat. Roblox scripting kick player whenever the player says kick me in chat. Now, by just looking at this code, I know that it will work, but I'm gonna show you. Not only did it write the code, it also told me how it works, basically. How it works. Kick me. It worked. It literally worked. I didn't do a single thing.
Anybody can script a Roblox game now!
So I've seen a lot of people talking about Chat GPT, and particularly a lot of developers on Roblox on YouTube talking about how, oh, it's the next bit. Chat GPT, it's the next best thing. Okay, it's gonna replace us developers. We're all done for. You can make a whole game just by one prompt. Look at it. It's amazing at coding. And so I decided I was going to make a video and actually put to the test, can ChatGPT actually be used to generate not just like the script kiddie stuff that people have been doing in videos, but I mean like actual good code that we would be using in a real commercially viable video game? Like, can it make classes? Can it actually code in a way that's not just a hot mess or like stuff that you'd find on Pastebin? Like, can it actually write real code? So that's what we're going to check out in this video, and we're going to see if you can actually like make a video game with it and therefore make money with ChatGPT. So first things first, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an AI language model developed by OpenAI. It is based on the GPT 3.5 architecture, which stands for the Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3.5. My primary function is to process and generate human-like text based on the input it receives. It doesn't have personal experience or consciousness. It's just a program designed to assist and provide information to users like us. Feel free to ask it any questions, and it will do its best to help you. Huh. So that's what ChatGPT is. Let's try to actually make some stuff with it and see if it can do anything decent. Let's take a look. Let's see. What's something we could make? Let's try something easy. Okay, so I'll do a little part here, and let me name it. We're gonna call this Touch Brick, and we'll see if we can make it to where ChatGPT is gonna make this part turn red when a player touches this part. Let me turn off its collision. Anchor it. No collision. Write a Lua script. Write a Roblox Lua script that changes the part in the workspace named touches it. Okay, so we're gonna put a script in here, I guess. Being that it said script.parent, it wants us to just do it like this. I mean, it's gonna work, but it's not checking if a player's touching it, it's checking if anything is touching it. So like watch, this is going off of touchbrick.touched, meaning I could do this. We'll move to the run key. If I unanchor this, see, now they're both red. So that's kind of an issue, but I mean, it worked, I guess. Now that's fine and dandy, but like, if a developer wrote this and I saw their code, I would fire them.
You're fired.
Like, if we were actually making a game, this is never something you would actually use in a real game. Let's see if we can get Chat GPT to make something a little more advanced, but to write clean code for it. So we're going to turn this into a light pole.
Huh?
And we're going to have it... I understand Chat GPT is probably not going to know the path, so I'll put that in there for it. But I want this lamp to turn on when a player gets within, I don't know, five studs. Or we'll call this light part. So we're going to group this. Let me set its primary part so it knows what to grab. This will just be a sensor. Okay, so we'll make this red. And I want this to turn neon when a player is within 10 studs. And if they walk away and they're no longer in 10 studs, it should go back to being smooth plastic. So let's see if ChatGPT can actually do this first, and then I'll have it try to write it again, but as a class. Okay, so let's put this in here and see if it works. And I say put this in here, I mean, let's actually read the script real quick. Okay, these are okay. Okay, so we have some constants, that's fine. Let me adjust this to the path of the part. Good. Okay, distance calculation is decent. I think you can get this property off a server script. I actually am not sure. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so it's not working. And I'm actually not quite sure why it's not working, because this seems like it should work. Now I'm having to debug ChatGPT's code because, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's why this isn't working, because this function gets fired once. Okay, so no. Let me add a little loop in here. Oh, no. We gotta make ChatGPT do it. Okay. Let's put the new script in, and we'll just need to update the part again. Okay, I'm a noob for some reason, which, that's weird, but okay, so this works. That's good. Now, here's the kicker, though. Again, if I were to have a developer write this code, we'd be sitting in a code review for an hour, because again, this is not code that we could actually use in a video game. This is a buggy mess that's super inefficient. It works for one part. Can ChatGPT actually make this clean, like a decent code? Let's see. Okay, so I've disabled the script here. Let's give this an actual try. Actually, I'll use this. We'll just have this initialize our class, and I'll call this detection lamp. Okay, let's take a peek through here. Okay, no errors. This is decent. That is a lot of arguments. Why is this in a local function? Okay, so there's no reason for this to be in a local function because it's only being used once as the method. So let's combine this in here, and then this actually wouldn't be too bad. Okay. Yeah, so this works. And the code is actually decent. And the class gets destroyed properly. Nice. Okay, so final thoughts.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Do I think you could actually code an entire game with Chat GPT without being a professional programmer who has made games from scratch before? Absolutely not. I don't think you can at all. I don't think you ever will, if I'm being completely honest, because I mean, like, look at what I had to do this video, right? To be able to get this to work, I was debugging ChatGPT's code as it was spitting it out. Again, for super simple stuff. This is a lamp that turns on if somebody gets within a certain distance. That's some basic stuff. I mean, imagine trying to code a car with ChatGPT, right? And having no scripting knowledge. And on top of that, making code that's actually usable, like classes and stuff. I mean, the debugging that I did in here, it wasn't anything crazy. And I'm absolutely impressed too. I did not think ChatGPT could actually write this. So kudos to ChatGPT, but I think it would have been 10 times faster had I coded this myself.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And on top of that, this would have been a little more versatile. Because the problem here is this is still something super simple. The second I go anything above a lamp that you turn on and off, it goes out the window. When you've got all these classes, yeah, it could write basic little classes, but imagine trying to have it write something that would actually fit with your game structure. It would not work. So there's a meme that summed it up perfectly, right? I've got it on the screen. That perfectly explains using ChatGPT to code a video game. Like, it's a nightmare. Don't use it. And if you don't know how to code, especially don't use it, because ChatGPT is going to teach you some horrible coding practices. I've had multiple students I've taught in live one-on-one coachings that I've had to spend 20, 30 minutes helping them unlearn what they learned from ChatGPT, because they learned some horrible stuff, like just randomly slapping in if statements for no reason, and like nesting 4 of them in each other that don't do anything. It's just, yeah. ChatGPT kind of code like a junior programmer if it is prompted by a professional who knows what they're doing. And at that point, why would you even be using ChatGPT? I mean, I can see a good use for this, actually, if I'm using it for complicated math equations that I don't want to do myself. But at that point, I'm using glorified Google. Because, I mean, that's normally what I do if I'm having to do something dumb like linear algebra or calculus. You know, you just hit up Google, dev forums, ChatGPT, we can experiment and see if we can make it work. So I could see some uses for sure. But is it going to replace programmers? No, I don't think so. Especially not with Roblox's advertising as. Especially in the code snippets they gave. It was laughably bad. But for everybody who's worried about learning to code, who's thinking about not learning to code just because of ChatGPT, for you to even be able to use ChatGPT, you need to be a good programmer. I'm not talking about the mediocre script kiddies you see who are writing simple little stuff and they're slapping scripts into things. Like, that's basic newbie stuff that you learn in scripting 101. Yes, ChatGPT can do it. So can you by copying and pasting something from the documentation guide on Roblox. I mean, it's procedural, it's messy, it's easy to code. You shouldn't be worried. Ultimately, it's never going to get to the point to where it can actually replace a good programmer. And if it ever does, it's going to replace the typing, not the actual programmer. We're still going to need a programmer to design the framework and system that ChatGPT is going to be writing. Because you still have to design it. I mean, you can't... Look at how I use ChatGPT. I still had to outline exactly what it was doing. Imagine if it's something complicated like data storage. You would need to be a programmer to even be able to use it. So ultimately, I think we're fine.